Legal cheats. It sounds like a paradox, an oxymoron, a contradiction in terms, and to some extent, it kind of is. However, if you put your preconceptions to one side just for a few moments and listen to the following legal cheats, you could find they provide you with just the edge you've been looking for out on the open road. Sneaky. Yo, check this out.
Number 1 on our list is caffeine, which through a multitude of studies has been proven to have a performance benefit. Now, caffeine is an ergogenic aid, and as such, it means that it can mobilise fat stores, which means that your working muscles can use fat as their source of fuel. And it's also a brain stimulant, which means that you can concentrate harder, think clearer, and that can delay the onset of fatigue.
Yeah, given the many benefits of caffeine, and believe you me, there is far more than we've got time to mention in this video, you'd have thought that it would be banned. Well, it was for a while, before in 2003, WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, decided to lift the ban, although caffeine is still monitored. And of course you can take it during, before and after exercise, but be very, very careful because it's a strong diuretic. Nitrate, nitrate, nitrate. That's the buzzword of recent years when it comes to improving exercise performance. With the humble beetroot at the very centre, that's now become the vegetable of choice. Now, if you introduce beetroot into your diet, generally in the form of beetroot juice, it has proven ergonomic benefits, including improving muscle efficiency by lowering the cost of oxygen at sub-maximal exercise levels.
Now that is quite some cheat. The difficulty is getting enough beetroot into your diet. So research has shown that you need between 300 to 600 millilitres of beetroot juice per day for 5 days before an event, which is going to take a lot of juicing, and it's also actually going to turn your wee purple. Now, unfortunately, the GCN juicer has broken, so Matt is having to go old school. How many is that, mate?
You only have 2. How many do I need?
Probably about 18 more.
18?
That's right, mate, come on.
Bloody hell.
Think of the cheats, think of the cheats, they're amazing.
Oh.
No, I don't want it. There appears to be no limit as to how aerodynamic your clothing can be. And believe it or not, Dan here was actually at the vanguard of the aero clothing revolution a long time ago now, when he rode for a certain test team. And they rocked up to start lines wearing kit that was previously only socially acceptable at time trials.
But as has now been officially confirmed by scientists, aero is indeed everything. Well, almost everything. So if you're looking to get the edge without having to press on the pedals any harder, you might want to invest in some clothing which is as tight fitting as possible. Then perhaps the next step is to vacuum pack yourself before every ride. How far you take this is entirely up to you.
Is using tactics cheating? Some may say that the overbearing use of tactics, especially sitting on, sandbagging, not doing a turn, is against the unwritten rules of cycling, or against the moral code of cycling that harks back to a different era. Back then, racers would be happy to get on a train to beat their rivals. Naughty! But what they would never do is miss a turn.
Yep, hard men, old schoolers, purists and aficionados are going to hate this one, but it is legit. You all know the stats by now. It's 30% easier to sit on someone's wheel on a flat road. So why would you stick your nose in the wind when you can save that much energy if you don't?
30% right there.
Crafty! Hashtag rude! Getting the most up-to-date, latest, newest, fangled, aeroist, lightest, least rolling resistances pieces of equipment will be expensive, there's no doubt about that. But again, they will make you go faster. There are a whole host of stats out there on the internet which you can look at and rub your chin over. But there's also no doubt that the race to produce the most efficient equipment is continuing at a very high pace.
If, however, like most of us, you don't have bottomless pockets, then the key is to develop a speed strategy, trademark Matt Stevens, all of your own, where you invest in the kit that's going to make the biggest difference. So for example, the lowest rolling resistance tyres or the fastest wheels. Now, If legal cheats aren't completely your thing and actually you just want to plain cheat, then why not check out our top 10 devious tricks to beat your mates video, where technically they're not illegal, but they're certainly shady, and you can get through to it just up there.
On the other hand, if you'd like to know how to go faster for free, you can find out that just down there.
That's legal, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and you might want to subscribe to GCN as well. It's that little box in the middle which says subscribe on it. And if you enjoyed this video, give it the thumbs up.
Oh, sneaky!